Good morning. It is Monday. It is cold. In fact, it's snowing. I don't like wintertime. I like it better than summertime, but I don't like winter. I don't really like any of the seasons. That's gonna sound odd, but I guess winter is the most bearable of the seasons, but I still don't like it. Anyway, that's not the topic of today's video, believe it or not. My distaste for all the seasons. Yeah, I think I'll save that video. For today, we're talking about the Monday night game. And I'm starting to have to rethink my predictions videos a little bit, because I'm going to be honest with you, there's not a great deal to predict this week. These guys have about a week's travel by boat before they reach an island where they know, or they believe, there is someone who can help them. So a good bit of tonight's game is going to be taken up with travel. Now, I am handling travel in this game very much like older edition D&D. I have an encounter chart. I talked about that last week. I have a number of things on the encounter chart, and I will roll on the chart and see what happens. Now, that being said, although I don't really know what's going to happen because it's off the chart, I can talk about some of the things that are on the chart as options. Because it's not just a list of monsters. That is something that's worth pointing out. The chart has everything from calm seas, nothing happens, to storms on the horizon that might cause them problems, to sighting an island that they didn't expect to see. It could be another tribe. And if it is another tribe, they could be friendly or hostile. They could be running from danger themselves, or they could be searching for a new home. Now, it does also include monsters. There are several different varieties and sizes and amounts of krakens and bladefish and sea dragons. Lots of different creatures of the deep, sharks. All of these things are on the table, but like I said, the combat encounters are not the only thing on the table. That's something that's very important to mention. And there are a few of these that could very much change the story. If, for example, we encounter another tribe and they're running from something, then I'll have a roll, and there's a decent chance that it could be the tribe they were actually going to find, who's had their own problems and are running this way. So, tonight's game, I am predicting the encounter chart. Now, I'm not going to be one of these that I'm going to roll 14 times if they're traveling for 2 weeks. But I will roll an encounter. We'll see how it plays out, what the results are. I'll give them a chance to roleplay and banter. I'll pass a couple days. I'll see what their reaction is. If they're all of a sudden on guard and paranoid and constantly watching the water and alert to any sign at all of danger, then they're probably going to get less encounters. Because I'm going to see that as they are taking precautions, they are being prepared, they are traveling slower to avoid these things. If, though, they just rush headlong into things, I'll roll another encounter. I'll see what else is going to happen. So, I will be reading my players to see what their characters' reactions to the sea are. Excuse me. I've already had a couple characters that, or a couple players rather, that out of character are talking about the fact that they would really like their characters to just get back on land and avoid the water. They weren't really happy with how that Kraken encounter turned out. Sadly, right now, they can't get many places on land. The ice is starting to close in, but that's still a month or two off. So, right now, water's the only way to get places. In 2 or 3 months, it will all be ice, and they can just walk everywhere, but they're going to realize that's a lot slower. A lot slower. Usually people hunker down in the winter and travel in the summer because boats are easier. So if they don't like the water, they're going to have problems on this world. Anyway, I'm going to keep it nice and short today. There we are. 2 weeks on the water, encounter chart, read the players to see how they react, adjust accordingly. That's the prediction for tonight. Like, subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow to tell you what we rolled and how it went. Have a great day.